What's up, everyone? How you doing? My name is Eagle Falcon. I'd like to take this moment to bring you back in time with me a little bit. Right now is kind of the season where I'm not around for, a bit of time. I want to, just like last year, I took you back to one of my favorite portable games, Advance Wars. This year, I'd like to take you back into my childhood. So quite a ways back. No, further back than this. Although 7 is rather enjoyable. No, further back still. There we go. Right here. To the ancient times of the NES. Back when I was just a little boy. Back then, really, although I loved playing RPGs, it was kind of hard to get your hands on them, you know? Pretty much all I had back then was the NES system, which was mostly my dad's, and I got to play it occasionally. It wasn't really until I saved up enough allowance to get my own Game Boy. And it was around then I kind of realized that, now what? There weren't any RPGs really for the Game Boy, not until the dawn of Pokemon a couple years later. Well, then me and my little brother found 3 games. And we ended up getting almost all 3 at once, and agreed that whenever we'd be on the road, on any sort of road trip, go see family or whatnot, we'd go share them. Those games were Final Fantasy Adventure, Final Fantasy Legend 2, and Final Fantasy Legend 3. Final Fantasy Adventure, you'd eventually find out, was one of the mana games. Legend 2 was a lot like Final Fantasy 2 in the fact that the stat growth was very hard to control, and well, it's an extremely hard game. Legend 3, however, this was a very interesting game. And me and my little brother, and then the youngest brother, later on when he came of age, we all got a chance to play this one. And it's a very easy game, but don't be mistaken. By no stretch of the imagination is it not fun. You're talking about a game where it involves time travel, a jet, lasers, magic. It's the whole shebang. Everything you'd ever want is just flown into a blender. Did I mention there's also time travel? While I'm gone at the con, we're gonna go and play Final Fantasy Legend 3. And I do mean it. This was such a gem back in the day. For the primary reason that you didn't have much. I mean, what are you gonna do on a road trip when all you got is a Game Boy? With all the bumps and whatnot going down gravel roads, it's hard to play a platformer. Final Fantasy Adventure, which was, a very Zelda-esque game, was very difficult to play. At least when you're in the back seat and you had nothing. And Legend 2 was out, so until Pokemon came around, this was it! So, I encourage you, come along with me down this trip down memory lane. Now, bit of disclosure, this is of course emulated. My rules for emulation, as always, I do not emulate a game unless I own a physical copy of it. And now it's gone! Physical copy? Right there. Final Fantasy Legend 3, original Game Boy. Let's get to it. A Purelin water entity appeared and flooded this world's present, past, and future. The water brought monsters which hunted people day and night. Cities fell one by one, covered by the sea. However, a few individuals prepare for a journey that may determine the fate of the world. Behold, the sealed city of Darm, here. 3 young people sent back as children from the ruins of the future are living with the elder. He has reared them together with his own granddaughter. Alright, now. Unfortunately, I asked for names and no one delivered. So, now it's up to me to come up with stupid names. I think we'll come up with Jeff. There we go. Jeff. Wait, no. Steve. 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 And, what should I do for the last one? It's what she would have wanted. So, right off the bat, you are immediately thrown into a battle. And the combat is brain dead simple. You know. You know, weapon, talent, whatever that is, magic, items. You can figure things out pretty quickly, right? Well, except you realize one thing right off the bat. Yeah, she has magic. Can't remember if Steve has magic. Steve does not have magic. Steve does have magic. We'll hit that one. You didn't name this guy. On top of that, he's so much stronger. This is Myron. Myron, his nickname is Problem Solver. Because you have a problem, he'll make it go away. He is one of the overpowered guest characters you get. And see, he'll just make problems vanish. See, that problem's gone. Never to be seen again. I'm just gonna hold down A during this. While you're holding down A, the text speed goes up. That's why when I was doing the opening monologue, it was going faster sometimes, other times it wasn't. I'm gonna cheat though. One! Oh, it was a computer simulation. Guess that might be the last time we all use the simulator. I'll say goodbye right now. Okay, see ya. Steve! Steve! You're really Yeah, but I'll be back. Don't worry, you'll see me off tomorrow, right? Gotta go, Steve. Bye, Steve. I'm gonna miss Steve. I'll miss you, Steve. The next day, Steve, and Steve went to see the Elder so that Steve could see them off. We're all ready now. Good! Where's Steve? I guess it's too hard on her to see you off. I'll miss her. Let me tell you about Borgen, the man who sent you back to me. Oh god, everything's rippling! Borgen, where are the kids going?
To the past.
The past? Quasar's time machine isn't finished yet! I've got no choice!
Changing the past is the only way to save the world from sinking!
You're mad! Borgen's plan won't work if the future's already destroyed. Still wish to go? Yeah, we three can't close our eyes to our own future. Well said. Then see this, come. So, you know, already plot seems fairly simple. You've got a weird cloud flooding the world, you need to stop it, alright? And we're gonna use time travel to do it. You know, nothing... I mean, fairly simple by modern standards. Hey, Dion! Monsters are gonna get you outside. It's okay, we're gonna make it safe. So you can play outside. Be good. We'll see you later. Really? I promise. Don't worry, you'll see Steve, and Steve someday soon. Ready? Let's go. Now, one thing I'll comment on right away. Consider the era. Back in this time, the only real soundtrack that you really have access to are the classics, which, although make up a piece of history and can do no wrong, you gotta admit are... yeah. But then you get this. For a Game Boy game, which is basically a weaker, I should read what they're saying, huh? Which is basically a weaker NES. This is pretty good music. Oh yeah, anyway, Myron the Problem Solver and Steve want to join with. I'll guard the city, at least let her go. Alright, you should both go. You won't regret this. Thank you. And there we go. Our party of Steve is complete, and the 4 Steves will be with us the entire game. Myron the Problem Solver will only stick around for a little bit, but we're gonna take full advantage of him while we have him. I thought we already haven't. What the? It's the Talon, a fighter that can travel through time! Already, the game has a time-traveling fighter jet! How many Final Fantasies do you know that have a time-traveling fighter jet? Huh? Well, in fact, how many RPGs do you know have a time-traveling fighter jet? Already, this jumped the shark, and we haven't even begun! Then, we're off to the future? No, it's useless now. Take this to Kronos and Ellen. He knows a lot about the Talon. What's this? Borgen had it. It might be missing unit. Let Kronos see it. Right. Hey, the ocean's between here and Ellen. Find Circle Float in the North Tower. You can fly then. Monsters lurk there, so be careful. Okay. Yeah, here's inside your frickin' time-traveling fighter jet. And yeah, this is the most bare bones it gets, too. As you go through the entire game, you just add more and more and more and more and more to this thing. The Talon is freaking awesome in that way. Even back here, even back here, more and more stuff gets added. And yeah, right here, you can't find anything, because there's no... You go through engine, there's no proper units. Warp, there's no proper units. Weapon, there's a cannon. We already have freaking cannons! Options, no proper units. So, you know, bare bones, time-traveling fighter jet. But, you know, price is right. Paid $0 for it. Or, you know, the, like, 20 or 30 bucks games were back then. Wow, that did not take long to get into a fight. Yeah, even though we de-equipped the battle axe off Myron the problem solver, he gets another one. Which is, yeah. And it's probably because within the game, there's 2 Myrons, and we have now Myron 2. Now you can go and set auto to these guys, and just leave it to their AI. And honestly, the AI is not terrible. In fact, in certain situations, the AI is actually better, because the AI will react based the turn that the player comes up. So let's say you're facing a boss goes first. Alright, actually, let me start from the beginning. Oh, I should talk about meat, shouldn't I? This run, we're not going to deal with the meat at all. But for whatever reason in this game, which is kind of common in the Legend series, someone with more knowledge can tell you more about than I do. Because I only know what I know as a kid. If you eat meat, you become a monster. Or become a beast man, actually. Then if you eat meat again, you can become a monster. If you insert cyborg parts, you can revert back to a beast man, then eventually back to human. It's kind of a weird balancing thing. Cyborg parts take you up, where you go human, cyborg, robot, and meat takes you down, human, beast man, monster. So yeah. And you can use that to become better or worse. Right now, it's just going to make you worse, and honestly, it's just simpler not to bother with it. I'm sure some speedrunner somewhere knows more about it than I do and can, like, come up with some super crazy strat. But for now, I'm gonna go ahead with the battle axe. Oh yeah, you can jump in this. Which, first RPG I could ever jump. Rip. That's fine, though. So, the way I'm gonna do this... By the way, you buy magic and then just give it to people. You can give magic to anyone, but these two here, the 2 mutants, which are basically mages, they deal full damage with it. So what I always did as a kid was I had the male mutant be the black mage, and the female mutant be the white mage, but I still got the white mage offensive magic. And then you got, like, some decent firepower off... Oh, by the way, the main reason you can jump, do that. Get out of people's way. I mean, not entirely, but anyway. That's pretty much the introduction to this, alright? So, I'm going to be doing this in small segments. But right now, that's just the introduction. Next up, we're gonna go take on there's a tower up north. I forgot. They said it in the plot, and I forgot what it was. So we're gonna deal with that next time. So see you then. Bye bye.